All right, this is the time of year when everybody in Canada would kill, or at the very least maim for a couple of days down south. You don't usually mention Texas in that world, but Jian did. He went to South by Southwest, the big SXSW. If you know South by Southwest and you know the value in it, if you don't know, let me tell you, huge music festival, music business gathering every year, lots of films there as well. It's in Austin, Texas, and tons of Canadians were there this year, and Jian is bringing us all the stories this week. JG, welcome back.
Nice to see you, George.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good, I'm good.
Tell me about Austin.
Well, I mean, here's the setup. You mentioned South by Southwest and its size. It was bigger than ever this year. Mammoth, 1,300 bands, if you can imagine this, over 5 days. And this is really a proving ground for any artist that gets accepted. There's quite an application process to even get to play there, to showcase there. It's like the musical equivalent of having your film debut at Sundance or showcase at Cannes. I mean, it's big. International acts from all over the place, big, small. The kicker of all this, of course, is that it's in Texas. So we just got back. I'm going to be telling you about what happens with the Canadian bands down there, which were huge over the next few days. But first, here's a little setup for you, some images, and we'll tell you a little bit about South by Southwest.
Take a look.
Okay, progressive ideas, liberal thought, underground culture, indie rock clubs 1 mile in every direction from where I'm standing. Hard to believe that this is the Lone Star State of Texas, but then this isn't exactly Texas. No, my friends, this is Austin.
Austin isn't like any other place in Texas or United States. I mean, Austin is, an enlightened, city.
There are 53 venues this year. Even Toronto doesn't have that many venues. They're venues that survive all year round. People come out.
Austin's always kind of been like an oasis in the desert.
It's a bizarre place where you can put up some corrugated tin and get a liquor license and call it a venue, but they do, and it works.
It's scary once you get out of about 30 miles out of the city. I mean, it's a different place.
Can I brag a little bit?
Yeah,
we won the Austin Chronicle Readers Poll band Best New Band. You know what I mean?
Congrats, man.
Sure. Yeah. Well, Toronto, Toronto, Canada, Now Magazine for 10 years wouldn't say shit about me because like I made more than $15 on the door one night. You know what I mean? They'd have this sort of eat your own young kind of mentality.
It's quite different than I thought it would be. I thought there'd be everybody walking around with cowboy hats and 6-shooters and big mustaches, but it's quite different.
It's a lot like Edmonton. It's kind of socialist that way, The rest of Alberta's, I guess, a lot like the rest of Texas, It's like a little redneck and stuff, but there's pockets of
Where are you from?
Edmonton. Yeah, I know.
Are you going to get castigated by the rest of Alberta for saying that?
I don't know. I mean, they keep voting Ralph Klein in, so I mean, they must know they're rednecks,
Okay, the thing about standing on a street corner in Austin, Texas is every once in a while you just notice things like, there's Willie Nelson. Is this the most important music conference festival, showcase festival in North America?
Yes. Yeah.
World?
I would say so. For live music, I don't know of another one that comes close.
Okay, here we are, the first night of South by Southwest, and the capital of Texas has turned into some rock and roll carnival. This is 6th Street, where there's about 35 bars down here, and there's Canadian acts playing at 6 of them right around me here. What is the allure of South by Southwest?
I think what happens is all the international festivals, labels, artists are coming down to this.
This is the shopping mall. This is where people are. This is where music deals are going down.
Even if nothing happens, you can still put it on your resume. You can still put it, South by Southwest, in 2005, we played there, and it still looks good.
So South by Southwest is some sort of rite of passage to a certain extent.
It really is. I mean, bands come here last year. Broken Social came here. They were here 2 years ago, and then last year they were the talk of South by Southwest. Why? Because they came here 2 years ago, paid their dues, came back again, and everybody loved it.
There's loads of pressure. Whenever a band does a showcase, it's tense. You've got a couple, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to make an impact, and it's really difficult. It's a pressure cooker.
I guess Willie started the thing here back in early 70s, and it just caught on, and that's what it's become today.
Thanks, man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Well, was that Willie Nelson? I don't know, but Willie was playing South by Southwest, and he wasn't the only big name on the bill. Let's see, Robert Plant, Erykah Badu, the New York Dolls, but this festival is really about discovering the big acts of the future. So here's the top 4 showcases that we witnessed causing a commotion. Number 4, MIA from London, England. Number 3, Japanese indie rockers The Pillows. Number 2, the Heartless Bastards from Cincinnati, my fave new band. And number 1, the Go Team from Brighton in the UK. But then the real story was about the massive invasion of artists from the Great White North.
Awesome. I love the Deers, man. They had a lot of good. That was not Willie Nelson. That was not. That was great, man.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about this week because what we didn't say there, because we're saving it for the next couple of days, is what I truly believe is the true story of what's happening in Canadian music. I mean, in contrast to Juno Awards coming up in a week and a half, nothing wrong with Junos necessarily,
that's fine.
But you want to talk about what's really happening in Canadian music and the future of Canadian music. What was happening at South by Southwest this week was remarkable. So,
what do we got? Tuesday, what do we got coming up?
Tuesday, tomorrow night, the Canadian Invasion. And we are going to talk about just the volume and the buzz around Canadian acts there. On Wednesday, we're going to do a bit of so we're going to ask, so what? So what does that mean? And how does the American press, the international press, the critics, how is everybody assessing this? And was South by Southwest, really what we keep saying it is? And finally, on Thursday, we're going to get a little mini documentary on this band from Whitehorse. Boy, we thought they would be the buzz. They were the buzz. Record company executives falling over themselves. Cool guys, and we'll have a chat with them.
Very good band, too. Really cool records, Jian. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
Welcome back.
See you in the next couple days.
Jian Gamesh is going to be here every day this week talking about what's going on from South by Southwest and how it affects you, maybe your friends.